Alright folks, I promised everybody that I would show the video, and unfortunately I'm sorry, I was kind of shaken like everybody else and in shock when he announced that he was suspending his campaign, so I didn't think to start taking video as soon as he walked off stage. I wish I had, because then you'd be able to hear a lot of what I heard and the rest of us people heard that didn't make it onto the cameras, and even if it did, you're never going to see it on TV. Of course, I've quoted some of those things that he said to us on these very groups that I'm in. But anyhow, I did catch a little bit of it, because after I saw him when he first came down and he said a few things to us, a few of us decided that, hey, you know, let's go on down to the end where it's a little quieter, there's not as much music around, because they had loudspeakers right there, and even if I were to recorded it, you probably wouldn't have heard anything anyway but that loud music they had in the background. One of them was, well, you know, Rocky like Herman Cain. So this is one of the shirts I bought. I bought 3 others. I bought some other things too, pins, you know, and all that stuff. All of us did. I mean, there was probably a couple thousand of us there, give or take. And we all donated, we bought stuff, you know, nobody knew. I mean, nobody. Nobody even suspected. Not the campaign workers, not the people in his campaign, not his 30-year best friend Colonel. He didn't know, and neither did Alveda King. We all, in fact, we're even wondering if his wife even knew, because she never reacted one way or the other, because I kept watching her to see if she was going to react when he announced it, or trying to get clues as to what he was going to say when he did announce. But she had her best poker face on that day, because there were no clues, nobody knew. And then as soon as he announced it, the colonel grabbed the flagpole that he was standing to, and the look on his face said it all. And then I glanced over to look at Alveda King, and tears were running down her face. Needless to say, the campaign workers inside the building, oh, they were all crying. Except for the few that really didn't care, and they just ran out, and they couldn't get on their iPhones fast enough to find a new campaign to go work for. You know, good riddance to those people. That's what I say. And so did the campaign workers that stayed behind to continue to work in his campaign office on come Monday, which is, well, let's see, that was yesterday. Lose track of days when you're dealing with all this stuff and about 800 emails and all these posts. It gets kind of mind-boggling. But here's the short end of it. I posted a post earlier today that said, you know, we can push on to Iowa. As far as I'm concerned, like most of us that are going to see this, you know, the Cain train goes until Herman Cain derails it himself. That's, I mean, and there's nothing to lose. There's no harm done to any other candidate or anything else. Oh, and also to reiterate, looking at my shirt here, I have never donated to a campaign in my life. Anyone, ever, anywhere. None of my family has, because we've been too poor to do it. I really shouldn't have done it this time. I really didn't have the money. But this is the first guy since I've been of voting age that felt like he was the guy to turn us around. Because like I read in one of the posts, and I wish I could remember the name of the person who said it, but it doesn't matter if we crash and burn going 100 or we crash and burn going 50. We're still going to crash and burn, people. We're headed in the wrong direction. And there ain't another candidate out there, I don't care who you choose, Ron Paul, Santorum, pick a name, it doesn't matter. None of them have absolutely come out and said, like Herman Cain did, that he was going to overturn all of this stuff and repeal every bit of it that is causing us to crash and burn, get our house in order, get everything straightened out, stop the spending, and fix this country. That's why I decided to spend my money. Do I regret it? Not one bit. Hey, you know what? I got some memorabilia. I got some memories. I got to meet a great man on several occasions. Thank goodness. Wish I had more record of it, but in hindsight. But I did take this video, and I want you all to watch it several times. Okay, it's going to come up after what I've said here, my little comments here, okay? Like I said, I'm sorry I didn't get the video earlier, and I didn't get all of his quotes, but listen as best you can. It's hard to hear over the music, But look at how closely these bodyguards, and I mean they're literally shoulder to shoulder, I mean like shimmying him along the gate all the way down, and it was about a 2-block long line that wrapped around this building leading to his bus. Okay, I was at the beginning because I was right in front of the podium, but then I moved. Well, some of you may have saw me on the TV if you were following my posts, and when I could post, I mean, because good Lord, I couldn't get a word in edgewise because so many people were cramming the lines, and my crappy little phone just couldn't get a word in edgewise. But that's cool. It's all good, man. It ain't about me. It's about you. It's about us. It's about this country. Okay? The bottom line was, I was there. I was front and row center. So I'm sick and tired of everybody telling me what he supposedly said. I heard it. Okay? Thanks. Save me, you know, the drama. Okay? I don't want to hear your opinions of what he said. I know what he said. I was there. Okay? Did I sometimes misinterpret things, or did I maybe get things mixed up? Yeah, you know, if you cared that much about this country and you were so determined to see Herman Cain get elected, you'd have been in a little bit of shock too. And that causes you to kind of get things a little out of whack. But yes, I know what he said. I know the gist of it, okay? But I do know this. He said he suspended. He didn't say he quit. And he has never said or quoted anywhere in any letter, directly from his campaign or not, that he is not running and that he doesn't want us to vote for him. Okay? So until he does, hey, we can send a message. It's us. We the people, folks. For some reason, the people in this government have forgotten that. They think it's we the government and we have to do everything they say. Well, I know most of you like me are fed up with that, and we've had just about enough. And like I said, he's probably on, I don't know for sure, I haven't had time to check the facts. I know for sure he's on the ballot in Iowa because the GOP's trying to get him removed. Why would they do that? It's because they're scared. There's something bigger at work here, behind the scenes, that we don't know. When you see the video, you're going to be shocked at how tight the security is, because I guarantee you've never seen security like this. It's crazy. And then hang in, don't cut the video off short. When he passes in front of me and goes past me to the, you'll see him go to the left of me. Keep listening very closely, because that is when the camera is faced away from the music and you can actually hear what he says. And this is just one comment of the many he made when he came off of that stage to all of us, because we all, our eyes were tearing up. Some of the people were just in tears, and he kept telling us, hey, look, I didn't quit. This isn't over. Like I said, I'm sorry I didn't get that on tape. I didn't think about it. I wasn't thinking straight. But once I did get my head on, I ran down to the end of the line, shook his hand again, got a chance to run the camera and get a little video, and I did catch him saying at the very end of the video, you'll hear him say, "We are not done." Now, what does that tell you? Yes, it can be interpreted a half a dozen ways. I agree. Okay? But the thing is, and the gist of it is, he's on the ballot. And as far as we're concerned, the campaign is not over. He's still running. It's all there. He's taken a break. And after you see the security and realize that, wow, there is something big going on behind the scenes, and if you would have seen his wife, how they had to kind of escort her off, and she was shaky, and, you know, I mean, she's hanging in there, but you had to be there. The TV just doesn't do a lot of that whole day justice. You really had to be there, because if you weren't there, you missed so much. And part of it is the security that there was. It was crazy. There was 18 police officers, uniformed police officers, give or take. I mean, geez, I didn't count every single one. Secret Service showed up early and milled through all of us, the whole crowd, and they gathered us all together instead of being so spread out, because they wanted to have a closer perimeter that they could keep an eye on. They checked everybody out. They were sitting all over the place. The 3 you see on camera, actually there's 3, 4, or 5. There's more than that, Secret Service. There's a handful of them, okay? More than a handful, couple handfuls. On top of his bodyguards and 18 uniformed officers. And usually how Secret Service, they act like, well, you know, let's stay out and we don't want to be, you know, part of the scene or anything. Trust me, these guys made sure that we all knew they were there, and that we knew where they were, and they let us know that we were watching them in no uncertain terms. It was almost as if they were looking for someone or something or somebody somehow. So when you see this, you're going to be shocked. And if you were there, you would more understand and feel the way I do, and some of the others that have, you know, posted comments to some of my posts, that until Herman Cain himself says, stop voting for me, and throws his support behind another candidate, it's the Herman Cain train is going to keep on rolling as far as I'm concerned. I only hate that I don't live in Iowa so that I could make sure they don't rip him off the ballot so that we could vote for him. I think that not only are the liberals behind this, but I don't even think it's a liberal thing. I don't think it's a liberal or a conservative thing. I think this is an elite establishment plan to make sure that they don't lose their power. And it's on both sides of the aisle, people. It's Democrats and Republicans. There's bad in both sides. And they're doing everything they can to control us and control everything we do. And they're spending our money like drunken sailors. Have you ever noticed that whenever they say, oh, we need more money, we need more money, they never say that they're giving more of their own money. And also, when they pass laws, they always exempt themselves. But I digress. I'm sorry I've rambled on as long as I have. So, to no further ado, here is the video I took, as short as it is, and I apologize. I wish I would have gotten more. But here's the video I took at campaign headquarters this last Saturday. Enjoy.
How are you, my little Not going to shut me up. Not going to shut me up. How are you? Thanks for being here. Oh, yes. But I saw the pain that all of this meant. My wife didn't say, do it or don't do it. I recognize the pain that was caused. When the colleges were false and untrue to begin with, that just wasn't something I had to go That's what I was I have no regrets. So now we're just going to achieve things. Look at them big eyes down there looking up. How are you, sir? Thank you. Good. Thanks. How you doing? How are you?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Don't want to put your hand too hard now. Thank y'all for being here. I love you guys. Love you guys. Yes.
I promote yourself. This out.
Let me tell you, we are not done. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. I can't sign it because I can sign in there. Oh, thank you. Thank you.